Hello everyone, Mireya here from Pink Pewter and welcome to my Biz Talk. Today, guys, I have this amazing artist. Guys, if you've seen her work, it is insanely incredible. And she's one of the NAHA contestants and she works for JCPenney and she's so wonderful. And I have her on here and her name is Brendnetta and I'm gonna let her introduce herself because she's so good.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brendnetta Ashley, National Artistic Educator with Salon by InStyle. I'm super excited to have this opportunity to talk with Pink Pewter. This is just an amazing opportunity. As it was mentioned, we won Team of the Year. So along with the other National Artistic Educators, Kelly, Jamie, Rachel, Megalina, Darcy, and Amberly, I had to make sure I mentioned all of them. Hey, my girls, I miss you guys. I can't wait for us all to get back together. But we help to support education along with our creative directors, Delic Honor Taylor and Michelle O'Connor. And we just want to always make sure we give back to our stylists and grow our community.
You're so wonderful, you guys. So you guys all know that I have these amazing artists, business owners on my channel because I want you guys to hear their stories, right? Stories are really, really important, especially in these hard times. Times are tough. Everyone's going through some dizzy stages because it's hard to grasp what's going on, but we're here together to overcome these obstacles. And I have her on here because, you know, she's a leader in this industry and in the beauty industry. And I want her to like share, you know, what she's going through in these tough times to help you guys. So I know you work for JCPenney InStyle. Are you going through some tough times right now as for yourself as a stylist?
Everybody's going through tough times right now, and it feels so odd and awkward. It hit us by we didn't even know, it didn't expect it, and then our industry, I feel like it has impacted us so much. The first thing I thought about was my clients. Like, what am I going to do for my clients? I wanted to make sure that I reached out to them, and I just wanted them to know that I understand what they were going through. And I almost put me into I'm not a parent, but in that moment I felt like I was a parent, because I was like, oh my gosh, my clients, my kids, what am I gonna do? And they're all calling me like, what about my gray hair? And I was like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. And I was just thinking that everything that my mom was telling me in the time, and everything she kept telling me was, it's gonna be okay, you're gonna get through this. So I just kept telling my clients, it's gonna be okay, we're gonna get through this, let me think of a plan. And what I really had to do for myself was allow myself to have those feelings and emotions, but then go to the next phase and the next step, because I knew our clients, they depend on us. So I couldn't stay stuck and wallow in the, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? And I'm so depressed and sad, I miss being in the salon. I really had to say, I gotta step it up and be support for my clients, because my clients, they need advice from me in this moment.
You're awesome. I mean, what are you doing right now for your clients to keep, you know, a connection? Because, you know, I think in these times they need you, especially their gray hair, but are you helping them? Are you giving them like little kits to do at home? Are you guiding them? Are you doing Zoom calls? I talk to a lot of different artists and business owners, and their number one focus right now is to stay connected with their customers as much as possible, because once we get out of this, you know, they're going to need you and you're going to be on such high demand that you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to balance all of this? But what are you doing to help them right now? Because a lot of people, a lot of stylists need that attention. Like what can you share? What can you share that you're doing?
So for my clients, especially my younger clientele, like my teenagers, I set up FaceTime calls with all of them,
Wow.
because they're like, well, I need to know. They now want to explore and try different things. And I feel like this is the best time. They're at home. So if they didn't like what happened with their hair, they're okay. I advise all of them, do not cut and do not color your hair. You cannot don't even think about it, because the answer is no. But it was a really cute way for me just to teach them how to manage their hair. For those that are getting ready to go off to college, I was like, this is your practice time. So let's practice it. And then we set up weekly touch bases. For a lot of my clients that are maybe working from home, I taught them how to create different ways of how to do their hair. So accessories, how to do a top knot. I advise everybody on deep conditioning. So I get them in the mindset of Sunday is still self care Sunday. So it's self care Sunday. Everybody has to condition their hair. I think because I chose to make it very like light and fun with my clients, and I got them kind of engaged in my life, and it made it more or less like a partnership. So I was like, guys, it's self care Sunday. So we have to take care of our hair. And they're like, oh, I just miss you. I don't want to do this. I'm like, I'm here. I'm going to help you through it. Here are the steps to do it. So the more you talk to them and the more we make it light and fun and supportive, they become light and fun supportive with it.
I love it. What is the condition? What's that? What do you do on Sundays? What do you teach them, or what product are you using to like condition the whole hair? I mean, that sounds fun. Can I join? Look
Oh
at my
my
hair.
gosh. Okay. So you so can join. So the first thing that we have to do is get up and get prepared. So Sundays is always about my self routine. I start off with getting myself dressed in the morning, and then I go into shampooing and conditioning my hair. When I condition my hair, I love Matrix products. Matrix are like my favorite product line to use out there. And they have these cute conditioning packets by Biolodge. Love using those. I put it on my hair. And what I taught my clients is take a damp towel, put the damp towel in the microwave, let it sit for like a minute or two, and then you gave yourself a steam treatment. There you go. Take it, the towel out, wrap it around your head, let it sit there till it cools. Once it cools, remove the towel, and then rinse out your conditioner. There's your conditioning treatment. And they were like, what? That's all I have to do. I'm like, yep, that's it. That's all you have to do. And then you would style your hair as normal. When it came to like accessories, I was like, for your Monday Zoom call, because I know you're gonna have one, twist your hair back, put a little accessory in there. Now you're dressed up. You don't even have to worry about anything else extra. For those gray hairs, do a zigzag part versus doing that straight center part. And there you go. So just giving them quick tips like that, it definitely helped them out, and it made working from home a little bit easier.
So I got an idea for you, because obviously content creating is number one right now for social media,
Always.
to connect with your customers and to connect with your audience. I think you need to do that video, girlfriend. I think you do need to condition your hair, put the towel in the microwave, put it on, and that's what you need to do.
You know what?
I think it's gonna go viral, I think it's gonna go
I will
viral.
do it today.
I think it's
Today,
gonna be
it
a
will get
really
done.
cool. Yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool. I hear a lot. I mean, I'm a hairdresser myself. I've been behind the chair ever since I was, God, 14, 15 years old. That's when I graduated beauty school. And I love hair. I love it. I wish I could practice it a lot more, but I have this company that consumes all of my time. So I pretty much do a lot more models than I do the actual clients. I do go once a month with my mom, and I donate my time, and I'm bonding with her, and she overbooks customers for me. And I'm like, Mom, I can't work this much. I'm like, this is so hard on my feet now, because I used to work all the time behind the chair, and my body was used to like being that, for 12 hours, not no big deal. But now I go and I work like 8 hours. My legs are hurting me. My back is hurting me. I feel like a construction worker. I'm like, Mom, you're killing me, and I'm working for free. But yeah, I think that video would be really, really good for you to do. Another thing, being, thinking of the salon, like a lot of people are gonna be doing a lot of box colors, that, right? And the color corrections that you are going to be doing is going to be insane. But the problem is, not everybody's going to have the finances to like pay for these box colors or corrections. Color corrections are insanely expensive. I know at my mom's salon, it's like, they start at $300 and they go up, and I'm like, whoa, people are not going to have that. So I hope you're guiding your customers. Like, look at my roots. I mean, I'm not even embarrassed to say, look at my roots. Look at this. I mean, I'm not touching my hair, and I'm a hairdresser. And I'm waiting for my mom to do my hair. But you're gonna get those customers that are going to be like, I have to do them because they feel depressed when they have the grays coming out. But I'm like, I tell my mom to tell her customers, it's the new trend, no big deal. But you're gonna have those customers that are going to do it. And I hope you're guiding them. not to, because it's going to be a lot more.
Definitely. I definitely think that clients now in this time, and I know and understand that even for myself, I have gray hair and I have no color at home. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So I know in the next couple of weeks, my hairline is going to be completely white. And I get it and I understand. So I know that feeling of, oh my gosh, my grades are coming in. I don't like it. I definitely felt that way when it came to my nails. I was like, my nails, I don't have nails. I had to do my own manicure and it sucked. I'm not ashamed to say I cannot do my nails. But what I really have been stressing to everyone is that we are all in this together. So don't feel like you're alone in this moment. So if your grades are showing, don't worry, my grades are showing. Everybody's grades are showing. You don't have nails, don't worry. I don't have nails either. I really just been trying to really talk to my clients about take this time to take care of everything versus doing any type of chemicals in this moment. So let's get our hair back in healthy health.
Mhm.
Let's get our nails back in healthy health. It's kind of funny. I thought about it and I was like, when was the last time that I took a break from wearing nails or wearing my lash extensions? Like, I love my lash extensions and I don't have them on now. And I'm like, but you're not supposed to, like, you're supposed to take a little small break and then redo it. So I'm like, I'm taking advantage of this time as my small break. So then when things reopen, I can be back into program. But right now, I'm just taking this as a break. So that's what I've been telling all my clients. This is your break time.
I love what you're saying. I have a question for you. I mean,
Sure.
I see your energy. It's like really happy. And I talk to a lot of people that have businesses, people that don't have businesses, and people that are really, really struggling. You seem like you have your energy, like you're full of joy. Are you right now, are you still getting paid with your company, or did you put yourself on unemployment? I'm sorry I'm touching that subject, but it's something that everyone is going through, and it's a question that people want to know because, as hairdressers, and if you're booth renting, you're like, okay, how do I get unemployment, or how do I get this SBA loan, or you work for a corporate company, right? I don't know, maybe you are a booth renter, but maybe you're a salary, but people want to know everything that everyone is going through because you work for a corporate company. They want to know what are you doing to figure things out during these times.
Difficult time. It's challenging for everybody within our industry, within our company, within just the beauty industry as a whole. My joy comes from my faith. I have a strong faith. I have a strong supportive background. My family is a huge supporter of me. Um, and I I had my emotions. I dealt with them and then I said, okay, now it's time to move forward from that because if I stayed stuck in that space of, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Things are not going to get taken care of. How am I going to figure it out? You become very self. Sometimes I feel like you become very self-absorbed in that feeling. And what I have to constantly remind myself every day when I wake up is that one, it's not just me that's going through this, it is the whole entire world that is going through this at the exact same time. And there's still somebody else that's out there that's maybe dealing with something that's a little bit more challenging than what I'm dealing with right now. So don't get into that mindset of, oh, it's just me, it's just me, it's just me, because it's not just me, it's everybody. And you have to look at the bigger picture that we're in this together and that we're going to get through this together. And I can't, for my own mental health, I can't just stay stuck in that space. I have to learn how to move past that.
Well, I love the way you're talking. Okay. And I know that my audience is going to enjoy this conversation because you're giving hope. And in these tough times, we all, yes, have to stick together. But the energy that you transfer into this conversation is really positive. And we need people like that because sometimes it's not easy to keep that mindset up here because we're all going through a freaking crazy times, and sometimes it's not understandable, right? People are getting these unemployment, they're filing for unemployment, but because there's millions of people, it's so behind and nobody knows when they're going to get paid. So it's scary. It's scary times. What I'm doing in these tough times is, I I like to help people, and you know my business right now is in a standstill because obviously, everyone's going through a standstill. I'm giving back my time by, there's certain people, like older people that I know, that I'm sending groceries to, to help them, or people that I know that are sick, I'm sending groceries to them also. And I'm also creating these videos because I feel very strong, because everybody has a story, right? And everybody's going to have a different story to share. And these videos are helping a lot of people, because some people don't have the voice to like transfer, what they're going through, because they're afraid. They're afraid of what people will think. They're afraid of anything. And I'm doing these videos and I'm getting thousands of uh, emails back to me saying, Mireya, you are doing such a great job with this, because it's helping me mentally and it's helping me with how I'm going to deal with business in the future. And these stories that these other people that you're having on is really, really strong. So keep on doing it. It's motivating the world, and you're doing it with your heart. So that is what I'm doing, to help others. Are you thinking, or are you doing something in these tough times that are that you're giving back?
I haven't started yet, but the more I think about it, it's definitely something that I want to get into and maybe something that I want to do. I just haven't figured out exactly how I want to do that. Um, I'll be honest, I had to start out first with figuring out things for myself. And I think I had to get myself in the right thought
Right.
process about what I was going to do and how things were going to figure and work itself out. And then once I figured that out, I was like, okay, now things are getting more settled. I can start figuring out what is going to be the next thought process.
I love it. I'm sorry to put you in that situation.
No,
Like,
it's fine.
some people don't have like an idea of what they're going to, do to give back, because they're not thinking about it. They're not thinking about it because they're so busy with everything that's going on. But then they sit down and they listen to my conversations, and there's people that have worse situations than you and myself. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm eating today. Maybe it's not a gourmet dinner or whatever, but I'm eating rice, beans, chicken, whatever. Somebody doesn't have that. Or,
Right.
someone can't go afford it, or they have to go get in line to get link cards or something like that. So every time I talk to people, I always like to ask those questions, because after our conversation they start thinking about it and they're like,
Absolutely.
I
Because
need
you
to give
definitely
back.
like now, even now, I'm like,
Who
what
can I
can I
help?
do?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like what I said, like allow yourself to have those feelings and those emotions because we all are having them. If someone told me that they weren't having them, I would be like, really? Are you sure about that? Because we all are feeling uncertain, we are concerned, you're worried, but then after you have that, you have to settle your thoughts and get into a place of peace so
Mm-hmm.
then you can move forward. So these the end of last week and this week was kind of like my time where I'm like, okay, let me get back into routines, let me get settled in some type of normalcy and peace, and then now I can start seeing things a little bit different and clearer.
That's awesome. So, I always like to tell people, like, don't think about the money. Everyone's in that same situation. And there's so many things right now that are, eventually are going to help. A few years back, I got into a really bad situation with one of the biggest retailers here in the United States. And my passion, I mean, when I first got on there, I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited to be there. And I started shipping in products. The products were selling like crazy. And I was like, whoa, it was such a beautiful high. Like, oh my God, my products are on demand. And a few months afterwards, I started seeing, more of the demand. Well, one of the buyers ended up overbuying, product. and a big mistake happening because of a distraction, that I almost nearly lost my company. I mean,
Wow.
when I say that I had such an amazing staff, I had a great brand, I had a great product, I had everything, but one little tiny mistake, it was not mine, one tiny little mistake can like ruin everything. And I hit rock bottom. You know, I was borderline bankruptcy. I should have um, done bankruptcy, but I decided to, you know, fight for my company. And I fought for my company, and I had to give up so many things in order for me to get my business at least to, you know, where it was before, a little bit of where it was before. And I remember laying off all of my employees, getting rid of my warehouse, had to get rid of my cars. I had to downsize everything. I had to, my menus of my food, like change, my internet, my cable was completely, and it, right now, it's like, I feel like a lot of people, I'm going through that all over again. But I tell people that what I went through back then is nothing to what it compares to now. One, I went to banks and I asked for loans and they said no to me. I even went to investors and I said, hey, I have a great brand and I have something that, you know it's going to turn around. Well, guess what? They didn't believe in me and they said no. I had to work my ass off to get my business back on track. And I went back to the roots. I went door to door. I was determined and I did this all by myself. I built so many beautiful relationships that I'm back on track. Obviously, years later, I'm back on track to where I was before. And actually, a lot mentally stronger and wiser. So I'll never get fucked again, you know? But definitely, I use these situations to help people because I was all by myself, you know, when I hit rock bottom. And nobody helped me but my family. And no bank helped me, no investor helped me. But now people feel like they are failing. They feel like they're failing because there's no income. Guys, you did not fail. You did not fail. This is a bad situation everyone has gone through. And I gotta tell you something. There's so many government grants out there and so many loans that you're always gonna be in a better position than I was when I had the problem with the retailer. Like, seriously, you guys are in such better condition. All you need to do is stay home. Your health and your family is
Stay
all that you
home.
need. Yeah, that's all you need. Stay home. Because money, as you see, doesn't matter. I rebuilt my business back up like this. Okay? Not like this. A couple of years it took me, but I rebuilt it because I had passion in my heart. So if you hit rock bottom, if you have to pay all these bills, you're going to get back on track and you're going to be so much stronger than you were before. Okay? So these things I like to like be on here and share these stories because everyone sees the beautiful picture. Oh my God, Mireya has this great brand and this and that. Guess what? I had to go through so many obstacles to get to where I am right now, and it isn't easy. And I'm still going through obstacles. I was like, God, how many more lessons do you have to throw at me? Now we got this virus, and you know my business is on hold. And but you know what? It's teaching me a lot of things, and I already got what the signs from God. You know, my mission is to help people through my bad experiences, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm.
I I love it. I definitely think that this is a time for you to self-reflect. I definitely have been doing some of that. I took some time to clean out my closet, and I really just realized that I shop way too much. I buy a lot of unnecessary things that I don't necessarily need. And it just puts me back into that mindset of I really need to be more careful about what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, and how I'm doing it, and just making sure that I'm doing everything with a purpose behind it.
Mhm.
And I definitely think that in this moment and in these times, how you decide to handle your situation will definitely impact things down the road. And like I said, you have to allow yourself to have those feelings. You have to give yourself the space to say it's okay to be upset and be angry and be confused and be concerned. But then after you deal with that, you have to go now to the next phase of what's next. I can't stay stuck in that. Even for like me, I have daily routines and I'm gonna stick to my daily routine. And one of my daily routines, even before this happened, was every time when I would get up in the morning and after I would get dressed, I would always make my bed. Like that was like my thing. I didn't like to leave the house without my bed made. And, the first couple of days when everything was going on, like I was just getting up, kind of just lounging around, and I wasn't in a routine. And I felt so awkward and out of place and really not understanding what to do with myself. And I was like, you know what? You have to get back into your routine. Whatever your routine was, you have to stick with that. No, you're not going out and going to get coffee and all that other good stuff, but you are definitely have to stick with what you've been doing because that's what's going to help you to stay on track. So now every morning, get up, get dressed, make the bed. And I can feel myself not having that anxious feeling anymore. Because that first couple of days, I was so like, what am I gonna do? Like you have all these anxieties, and I realized that I wasn't sticking to my plan. And you have to figure out, and whatever your plan is, that's up to you. But you have to make sure that you're following through with it and you're sticking with it. And that's even like the same thing when it came to like building content. Like everyone's like, oh my gosh, I don't have clients, how am I going to have content for my social media? What did we all learn? We started with mannequins. That's how we learned everything. So this time is my time to take some of these tutorial classes that are out there. um I think that this is more time for me to do things that I probably never would have done. Like I never would have sat down and watched like a full 30-minute video. I would have like skimmed through it, trying to figure out where's the good stuff and then go through it. I'm working on mannequins all the time now. I'm keeping myself active in some form. I cannot sit and watch TV all day. Like to sit and just to listen to that all day nonstop is insanity to me. Yes, you listen so you can have the proper information, but then after you get that, I have to turn it off and I have to walk away and I have to go on to something else. Because if I don't stick with that plan or if I don't have some type of outlet for myself, that will drive me crazy. And I think that sometimes that you don't want to overconsume yourself and you don't want to underconsume yourself. You want to be informed, but then you don't want to overdo it because then when you overdo it, that's when that anxiousness and that anxiety comes in, and you have to stick away from that. I have to tell you, it was super cute this weekend. So my cousins, we always normally go out on like a Saturday night, have girls' night out or something like that. And of course we can't. So we use I think it's called House Party is the app, and we all got on there and we tuned into one of the like a DJ. He was doing a Instagram live. He was playing music, so we all tuned into like the same one. We got dressed up and we were like having a party together. It was so cute and so fun. Like I honestly I had more fun doing that than actually being out somewhere. Like it was a ton of fun. My cousin, her kids, they were able to join in. So I definitely feel like this is bringing everybody closer together in a different way, which I'm actually liking that energy that that's bringing about. But it just helped me understand that no, we can't physically maybe be in front of everybody, but we still can stay connected. And I think that that is what, for me, what I really want to make sure that I'm doing during this time is still staying connected to everybody and not just separating myself.
I love it. I love it. And I love you. You guys see why I picked this wonderful soul to come and talk to you. Like she's amazing. She's humble, she's real, and like I said, we all need this. And you're right. Number one thing right now is stick to that plan and focus on what you're going to do and have some fun with your friends. Have some fun with your family. Focus on what's important right now, and it's this. I want to say thank you for being on this channel and thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you soon. Bye bye, guys.